SMEs to address potential clientele for India and abroad. US Consul General Edgar D. Kagan, in the presence of Bharat Diamond Bourse, President Anup Mehta visited the Mumbai Diamond Merchants Diamond Trading Hall. Mumbai Diamond Merchants Association President Mahendra Gandhi, Diamond Dealers Club of New York President Rowan Kaufman, and Rosy Blue India Managing Director Russell Mehta, Senior Diamantor Arun Mehta, the Belgian Consul General in Mumbai Peter Huybert also visited the fair and Hira Zaverat stall as well.
રાધે 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 પાવન ભૂમિની અંદર ઉપસ્થિત આપ સૌ કોઈના પાવન દિલની અંદર રહેલા પરમ કૃપાળુ પરમાત્માને વંદન.
Check test 1 2. Hey, hey, check, 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 check. Hey, hey, hey. Check testing 1 2 3. Hello. Check 1 2. 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Test, check testing. Hey, 1 2 3. Hello. Check test, 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 test.
Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin. May I request you to kindly take your seats. We are about to begin the inaugural function. Kindly do take your seats and please do switch your cell phones to the power off or silent mode as a courtesy to our speakers and fellow delegates. Thank you. Hello, check. Hello, check. Ladies and gentlemen, do take your seats. We are about to begin. Who's making a presentation in the beginning? Who's making a presentation in the beginning? Inaugural function, there are no... No. Yeah, then we'll just close this. Can you take it away? If there are no presentations in the inaugural function, then just take it away because... No. Yeah. Take it out. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished dignitaries and members of the World Diamond Fraternity. On behalf of the World Federation of Diamond Bourses, International Diamond Manufacturers Association, and Bharat Diamond Bourse, welcome to the 38th World Diamond Congress, hosted here in Mumbai at the Bharat Diamond Bourse. Let us begin with the lighting of the lamp, invoking the blessings of the Almighty on the 38th World Diamond Congress and all those who are a part of it. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite Mr. Anup Mehta, President Bharat Diamond Bourse, Mr. Ernie Blom, President World Federation of Diamond Bourses, Mr. Ronnie van der Linden, President International Diamond Manufacturers Association, Mr. Gaetano Cavalieri, President SIBJO, Mr. Pramod Kumar Agrawal, Chairman GJEPC, Mr. Stefan Fischler, President World Diamond Council, and Mr. Mehul Shah, Treasurer General, World Federation of Diamond Bourses and Vice President, Bharat Diamond Bourse. What is happening? The sound is cutting off. What? The sound is cutting off. Sound is cutting off. Sound is cutting off. I'm telling you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen. Could I request you to kindly take your seats on stage? When you wake up in the morning, you have two choices. One is to go back to bed and dream. The other is to wake up and make your dreams come true. 71 years ago, when the founding fathers of the World Diamond Congress decided to wake up and make their dreams of this Congress a reality, they little realized that the one small step they took way back in 1947 at Amsterdam would prove visionary, its impact far-reaching. Today, as we meet here at the Bharat Diamond Bourse in Mumbai for the 38th World Diamond Congress, the World Federation of Diamond Bourses and the International Diamond Manufacturers Association can look back with pride and satisfaction at what we have achieved over the past 37 editions of the World Diamond Congress and what we have set out to achieve at this, the 38th World Diamond Congress. I would now like to invite to welcome you to the World Diamond Congress a person who is one of the founder board members of the Bharat Diamond Bourse. His vision and dynamism have been at the helm of the Bharat Diamond Bourse, its growth and its maturity over the last 16 years. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Anup Mehta, President, Bharat Diamond Bourse. Mr. Anup Mehta.
Good morning. President, WFD President Ernie, IDMA President Ronnie, SIBJO President Gaetano, Gem and Jewelry President Pramod Bhai Agarwal, friends and colleagues from the industry. In a country where the first ever diamond mine was discovered was India. Once one of the rarest diamonds from Golconda is part of the crown jewels of a lot of countries. We may not be the largest miner in the world, but 2/3 of the polished diamonds are cut and polished in India. We are employing roughly 1 million people who again support another 4 million households. And that is what the Indian story is about. We look forward to a proper and progressive Congress. And one example that I just need to give out. In India, we have two major organizations. One is the Bharat Diamond Bourse and one is the Gem and Jewelry Council. We have a lot of differences many times, but at the end, it is one industry, and that is what we should look forward from this Congress. There's a lot of issues. We have 2019, which is going to be a tough year from the way things are looking at present, from finance and various other issues that are governing our industry all over the world. The industry needs to get together on one common platform, assign jobs to the different organizations, and make sure that they get done. Instead of internal issues, they all need to get sorted out, and I hope they do before we all fly out tomorrow from Bombay. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Anup Mehta for expressing the aims and objectives in a nutshell of the World Diamond Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome and felicitate our distinguished dignitaries on the dais. I'll request Mr. Anup Mehta, President Bharat Diamond Bourse, to kindly felicitate and welcome Mr. Pramod Kumar Agarwal, Chairman, Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council. Mr. Mehta, could you please also felicitate and welcome Mr. Ernie Blom, President, World Federation of Diamond Bourses. I shall request Mr. Pramod Kumar Agrawal, Chairman GJEPC, to kindly felicitate Mr. Ronnie van der Linden, President of the International Diamond Manufacturers Association, IDMA. Thank you, sir. I'll request Mr. Mehul Shah, Vice President of the Bharat Diamond Bourse and Treasurer General, World Federation of Diamond Bourses, to kindly felicitate Mr. Stefan Fischler, President of the World Diamond Council. Thank you, sir. And I shall request Mr. Kiran Gandhi, Secretary, Bharat Diamond Bourse, to kindly felicitate Mr. Gaetano Cavalieri, President, SIBJO. Thank you, sir. We now have a very special felicitation for a person who has made an outstanding contribution not only to the Indian diamond industry, but the global diamond world as well. He is former chairman of the Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council. He is former vice president of the International Diamond Manufacturers Association, and he is one of the key pillars of the Kimberley process. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Vasant Mehta, as I request Mr. Ernie Blom, President, World Federation of Diamond Bourses, to felicitate Mr. Vasant Mehta. What is happening? What is happening here? I'll request Mr. Ernie Blom to kindly felicitate Mr. Vasant Mehta. Thank you, Mr. Vasant Mehta. Thank you, gentlemen, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, the year 1947 is a very significant year in India, because that is the year we got independence from the British rule. It is also a very significant year for the world diamond industry, because that is the year the World Diamond Congress was born in Amsterdam. And another important and significant event, Mr. Ernie Blom was born. He entered business as an apprentice diamond polisher, and today at the peak of his glittering career, he is also the honorary lifetime president of the World Federation of Diamond Bourses and a member of the SIBJO President's Council. To address us, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ernie Blom, President, World Federation of Diamond Bourses.
Good morning, honored guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, friends. Welcome to this 2018 World Diamond Congress. I have lost account of the number of times I've been to India during my career in the diamond industry, but it is always a pleasure to return to this wonderful country. All the more so this year, since our host, the Bharat Diamond Bourse, has graciously agreed to hold this year's meeting at short notice. I'm sure you would all like to join me in thanking the Bharat Diamond Bourse President, Anup Mehta, the Vice President, Mehul Shah, and the Chairman of the Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council, Mr. Pranad Agrawal, to have made this all possible in just a few short months. If you had come here last night, and all you would have seen is an empty hall with painters patching up, chairs still wrapped in plastic, and what you have this morning is brand new furniture, all the plastic removed, toilets built in the back, and for the first time in our history as congresses, there's live streaming of this event to all the bourses, to all the offices in this bourse, and we've just sent it out live now to the rest of the world. I think it's a remarkable achievement. Thank you. It is, of course, a great pleasure to see so many familiar faces from the diamond industry trade, and also to meet all my colleagues, the presidents of the diamond bourses and their members, and members of the International Diamond Manufacturers Association and their delegations. We are going to have 2 intense days of discussions where we're going to get into the heart of the issues affecting the diamond trade. But we are also going to enjoy some wonderful social events, and last night was just a case in point. These meetings provide a magnificent opportunity for networking and to create new relationships, both business and social, as we meet our comrades and counterparts from across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, these are challenging times for the industry. I hardly need to tell you that. But these challenges keep us sharp, keep us on our feet, and keep us quick thinking and agile. They are not there to get us down and to lead us to pessimistic ways of operating, but let us take the Swami view that we heard yesterday of using our intellect to go forward. Let us always remember we have faced such challenges in the past, and we will do so again in the future. We are an industry built on hope and optimism. We create and sell precious jewels that symbolize many of the best facets of human characteristics, namely love, commitment, and long-term relationships. People buy diamonds as a way of saying, I believe in you and I believe in us. I'm here to say that I believe in you and I believe in us. We have all come through difficult times in the past. What we produce are diamonds that are timeless. They are created in the midst of time, and they will literally last forever. Diamonds don't just have an inherent value. They are not just items passed on from generation to generation due to their priceless sentimental value. They don't just mark the most important milestones in our lives. They also play a very practical role in the lives of millions of people throughout Africa and the rest of the world. We must always stress the good that diamonds do for diamond mining communities across Africa, especially where we are faced with the dubious marketing claims of the lab-grown diamond sector. We have seen advertising slogans that the diamond trade supposedly scars the earth and takes advantage of cheap labor. The reality, friends, is far different, and we must ensure that the consumer knows this. The diamond industry invests considerable resources in preventing environmental damage, and it also provides a living for miners across the continent of Africa, which enables them to feed and clothe their families. Colleagues, conditions in the diamond industry are far from easy. I must stress that the WFDB is fully aware of the breadth and depth of these issues, and that we are taking all steps possible to address them and to aid our members. That is why we hold these meetings. They play a huge role in allowing us to further understand and internalize the issues facing us. We have witnessed some tumultuous developments this year. Among the major issues were the US Federal Trade Commission's revised guides to the jewelry industry, and De Beers starting to produce a line of jewelry set with lab-grown diamonds called Lightbox, which recently began to be sold. The US Federal Trade Commission's revised guides for jewelry skewed too far in favor of the synthetics industry and didn't fully take into account the views of the diamond industry and created more confusion, unfortunately, than clarity. The WFDB, with its partners in the global diamond and jewelry industry, worked long and hard to create guidelines that can be globally accepted. This is critical because we provide one world solutions. We cannot allow a situation where there is one set of rules for one entity and other set for the rest of the world. Beyond this, we showed the importance of working jointly in a harmonious fashion. Just as one of our diamond bourses draws strength from being part of an international family that comes together to firmly close the door on transgressors, we showed our combined strength and fraternity. When we work together in solidarity, we are able to achieve our paramount objective of boosting consumer confidence. And that is by far the most important aim. It's a statement of the obviously, friends, that we must always keep in mind the need to find ways to maintain the confidence of our end users. I will just touch briefly on the issue of De Beers Lightbox jewelry, as it has been in the news extensively since it was announced by the company in July. Many have different views of De Beers. Some say it is cynically using its knowledge of laboratory-grown stones to create a new market, and is somehow not committed to the diamond market. Not only do I not agree with that, but I also think that by blowing the lid off production prices, the lab stones, they have set the benchmark in the lab stones industry. They are able to produce a 1 carat diamond for just $800. De Beers is clearly telling the consumers that this is what lab-grown diamonds are worth. I believe that the other lab-grown diamond makers are going to struggle to persuade consumers that these diamonds have much, if any, value. And this gives me a great deal of optimism looking forward to for our trade. I know there is a fear that some consumers may prefer lab-made diamonds going forward. Maybe we should remember a rather nice comment made by the actress Jacqueline Smith, who said, "Diamonds and angels are similar. They can't be made, you have to find them. Each one is unique." I believe this sums up perfectly the difference between natural mined diamonds and lab-grown stones made in a production line. Of course, although we know the current situation in the diamond trade appears to be solid, there are still many underlying challenges. Among the most difficult is the issue of falling profitability and declining bank credit. Our members face an uphill battle on a daily basis to secure funding. Unfortunately, several banks have withdrawn from financing the diamond trade or have reduced their exposure. Global lending to the midstream sector is estimated to have fallen to just over $13 billion last year from a high of 16, and is forecast to drop below 11 billion in the next couple of years, according to London-based corporate finance firm specializing in the diamond sector. This quite clearly shows a shrinking of business activity by the diamond trade. But we must continue to liaise with banks and financial institutes to show them that the diamond trade is an integral part of the lives of many hundreds of million people across the globe who mark the most treasured moments with a piece of diamond jewelry. There is a reason that a diamond ring is passed down from generation to generation. These are treasured items, and there is no sign that diamond jewelry is losing its popularity. Quite the opposite, with De Beers' last Diamond Insight report showing record sales of $82 billion last year. Of course, our friends at the banks have their concerns, and we fully understand them. They are looking for more transparency from the diamond industry. They want diamond companies, which have traditionally been family-owned, to adopt a more corporate structure. The banks want to see Diamantes bring in more of their own capital and are not willing to fully finance transactions. These banks would like to see less memo or consignment-based business being carried out. We understand their concerns, and we are all working towards transforming trading patterns to fit in with the latest requirements. There is a changing reality, ladies and gentlemen, and we must adapt to it. We also need to have a good KYC program in place if we want to persuade the financial community that we are sincere in being transparent. On the subject of finance, I would like to make a few comments on the work of the FATF, the Financial Action Task Force, and the OECD. And I want to be very clear and stress that the work of those two organizations in relation to the diamond industry is very important. The objectives of them are to set standards and promote effective implementation of legal, regulatory and operational measures for combating money laundering, terrorist funding and other related threats to the integrity of the international financial system. It has developed recommendations that are recognized as in the international standard in the trade. We at the WFDB have held meetings with those organizations and plan to have further such meetings. Indeed, we serve on various of their committees. We regard cooperation with this body as critical in order to ensure that there is no doubt whatsoever in the minds of the public that the diamond industry has absolutely nothing to do in the areas of money laundering, terrorist funding, or other high crimes. Such claims could cause irreparable damage to our industry by denting consumer confidence, and we regard it as part of our mission to ensure that this does not happen. I would also like to mention the advantages that accrue when there is a solid industry-government cooperation. When there is an understanding on both sides of the critical role the other plays, diamond-producing countries can benefit hugely. We only need to look at the example of Botswana to understand this. At the time of independence in 1965, Botswana was one of the poorest countries on the globe. By taking the revenues from diamond exports and investing them wisely in a range of infrastructure, Botswana has a strong, expanding economy. Its government understands the importance of encouraging the country's diamond operations, and the mining community knows that the government is committed to using that income in a way that benefits the whole population. In conclusion, and on a lighter note, an anonymous comedian once said, "The evening news begins with good evening and then proceeds to tell you why it isn't." I would like to say not just good morning, but a good 2 days in the knowledge that we are members of a wonderful business and have a huge amount of which we can be proud. I know from our long experience in this amazing business that we are a resilient trade. We always land on our feet and continue the journey forward. We must retain the hope and confidence that characterizes us. This is a wonderful business with extraordinary people and a beautiful product. Let us remember always that diamonds do hold a very special place in people's hearts, irreplaceable and deeply desired. I wish you all a fruitful and interesting World Diamond Congress. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Ernie Blum for the very thought-provoking address. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, he had mentioned that we are live streaming this. All you need to do is log on to YouTube and then to Bdb Events, and this is being live streamed across the globe. From Diamond Sawyer in 1977 to being elected president of the International Diamond Manufacturers Association at Dubai in 2016, his has been a story of commitment and proactive dynamism. The person whose ideal vacation would be to get on a powerful motorbike and ride around the countryside with friends. Please welcome President IDMA, Mr. Ronnie van der Linden.
Wow, somebody got it right. And yes, I'd love to be on the motorcycle. Well, good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to see all of you here. I'll begin. Mr. Anup Mehta, President of the Bharat Diamond Bourse. Mehul Shah, Vice President of the Bharat Diamond Bourse and Treasurer of the World Federation of Diamond Bourses. Mr. Pradmad Argawal, Chairman of the Gem and Jewelry Export and Promotion Council. Mr. Ernie Blum, or Ernest Blum, President of the World Federation of Diamond Bourses. Mr. Stefan Fischler, World Diamond Council President. Dr. Gaetano Cavalieri, on his phone, President of the World Federation, Confederation SIBJO. One of my dearest friends in the world, Mr. Jeffrey Fisher, Honorary President of IDMA. Leaders of industry, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, IDMA and WFDB colleagues, I think I've covered it all. Allow me to thank our host, the Bharat Diamond Bourse, President Anup Mehta, Vice President Mehul Shah, and his board, as well as the Gem and Jewelry Export and Promotion Council, Chairman Pranmad Agarwal, and our convener, Sanjay Shah, for their incredible hospitality over the last few days and for the next 2, and of course, for stepping up to the plate and bringing us the 38th World Diamond Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to some questions. Now, basically, I can stand up here and say what he said, all right, and just kind of repeat everything that's going on, because we know the issues that we face in industry, and that's part of what I have written down here. More than a speech, I'm going to talk to all of you from the heart, and I've made some notes for myself. So it brings me to some questions that need to be addressed by all of us, the industry. Number 1, why is our industry going through these challenging times? Number 2, why are we not solving our financing challenges? Number 3, why are we not more united in propelling our industry forward? Number 4, why are we not doing more to bring consumers through the retailers' doors? And last but not least, why are we allowing disruptors in our industry to poison the diamond well from which we draw our livelihoods? So number 1, why are we here today? Those of you who are here with us in Mumbai, thank you for attending. You're here because you realize, number 1, your commitment to the industry, that the discussions that we're about to have are central to the survival and the future of our industry and trade. Long-time challenges such as compliance to the KPCS, to the AML rules are still on our table and are being addressed by our colleagues in the World Diamond Council under the current leadership of President Stefan Fischler. Stefan and the World Diamond Council, we thank you. Another topic that has been dominating the headlines of our industry media are the new guidelines of the United States Federal Trade Commission, the FTC. These new guidelines, from my opinion, seem to be misunderstood around the globe. And all this while, relatively, only small changes have been made to the guidelines. In fact, it's really a lot to do about simply nothing. I'd therefore, and you may all be surprised, I'd therefore like to make it clear to all of you who are worried that the FTC law, Section 5, that the guidelines are presented, has not changed, has never changed. And only the guidelines and the definition have. For those of you that are not familiar with the new FTC rules for diamonds, there are copies of the latest edition of the World Diamond magazine that I saw yesterday that was handed out. And there you can read an article by Tiffany Stevens, the CEO of the Jewelers Vigilance Committee, clearly explaining their significance and their relevance. Also, while we're on the subject and brought up about lab-grown diamonds, we need to talk about why are lab-grown diamonds still entering the supply pipeline undeclared and undisclosed? Why are there so many instances of mixing lab-grown diamonds into parcels of natural diamonds? Why are undisclosed lab-grown diamonds being set in jewelry and then sold without disclosure? And finally, why do we have among us those who are allowing this, whether it's knowingly or maybe unknowingly in some cases, to happen? We need to do something about this. We need to be in front of this, and we need to show that we're not going to stand for it. As we heard yesterday morning, for those of you that attended the WDC's opening, we had a wonderful guest speaker, the Swami, who addressed us. And one of his comments to all of us, and we kind of all smiled, was, is it all because it's greed? Is that why this happens to us? And we have to think about it, and he asked us to think about it. Why is our industry going through these challenges? Rather than looking from the top down, that means from the supply side, we need to instead to look at things from the consumer's perspective. That doesn't mean only from the millennials' perspective, which is an enormous market segment, but to look at the entire consumer market. The consumer, more than ever before, knows what he or she wants. The question we need to ask ourselves is, are we delivering a boring product rather than a product that creates consumer excitement and that will be meaningful, fun, and an exhilarating gift? as Ernie said, lasting memories. After all, the consumer, they do walk into stores, they get excited when they make purchases of their new phone, or if they go and they buy an exotic vacation, and of course, getting an exciting, beautiful piece of exclusive diamond jewelry, fabulous. But if the downstream market, and with its all-powerful consumer and consumer media, does not feel we're selling not only a sound, but also exciting, exhilarating product, where are we? We are all here discussing how to remove the mystery from diamonds and bring back the mystique that has always been present. Why are we not solving our financing challenges? You heard Ernie speak. Is it because the banks don't find us credible? I beg to differ on that a bit. Because they think reputational risks concerning our industry and trade are too high? Are they? Because they believe we do not run a sufficiently transparent business? Or is it because it's reputational risk for the banks themselves? Or is it because the disruptors of our industry are causing financial institutes to raise all these questions? Of course, we all realize the problems we face, especially those in the all-important centers like Antwerp, Mumbai, New York, Ramat Gan, and so on, where we've seen banks either reducing their lines of credit to the industry, taking away accounts that don't even have lines of credit to the industry, or simply pulling out of industry. It is therefore why we are here to have these discussions, so that we can change the environment that we operate in. The next question is, why are we not doing more to bring consumers to the retailer's door? I touched upon that question a few moments ago, but this question merits special attention. Of course, we applaud the efforts of the Diamond Producers Association, DPA, for its efforts in promoting diamonds and diamond jewelry. As manufacturers and traders, however, I see it as our task to promote our product to our direct customers, as they have to do the same to their customers. But when it concerns the diamond as a brand, I believe that the diamond brand needs to be promoted from the top. At the same time, I believe that our industry, to be strong, we have to unify our efforts, and I'll give you an example of unity. In the United States Jewelry Council, the USGC, and a group of organizations in our industry came together to, under an umbrella organization, to represent the industry as a whole. I am honored and proud to be the president, the first president of the United States Jewelry Council, which is 16 U.S. industry organizations under one roof, with the sole purpose to speak with one voice in all instances where common industry interests are at stake. Circling back to the international diamond industry and trade, it is a must today that we unify our efforts. It is up to all of us as an industry to see that we do this. Yes, it is great to be playing inside the box, nicely inside the box, but to grow and prosper, we need to think a bit outside the box. Therefore, I'll keep saying the following. Time and time again, to grow sales, we need to promote our product. Without promotion, we will lose the consumer's interest and market share. We're experiencing that right now. I mean, I come up the elevator in 580. Reuven, what do we hear? What's going on? Mr. Rappaport that's sleeping over there. What's going on? We're experiencing all that. Without the consumers buying our diamonds and our product and our jewelry, we'll have nothing to worry about. We won't worry about any of these challenges because we won't be around to defend these challenges. I want to thank all of you for listening to me. I want to wish all of you a happy Diwali and especially a very successful selling holiday season. Thank you all and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Ronnie van der Linden for a most insightful address. In his own words, ladies and gentlemen, CIBJO, the World Jewelry Confederation, is the only organization of our industry whose area of interest and responsibility includes the entire chain of distribution, from mines to the market and the consumer outlet in every country and region where jewelry and gemstones are produced, manufactured, or sold. Let's hear it for and from the man behind these words, President CIBJO, Dr. Gaetano Cavalieri.
Thank you very much. I spent all the night to prepare my speech. In fact, you can see I have a book here in order that I will finish, I think, something around 4 o'clock, so be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow presidents, friends, a very good morning to all of you. It is a special feeling and honor to be here amongst you all along from Colombia, where a number of us attended the CIBJO Congress, which was quite intense, if not very intense, very successful, with great achievement, not for CIBJO, but for the industry. I would like to underline one element which is very important. We have no choice to stand all together and face all the issues of this industry as one unique body, even though with several facets, just to use and remind the diamond cut with a number of facets, but still with one soul. We have established, after so many years working together with several international governmental body and industry body, such as the World Federation, IDMA, RJC, and many others all around the world, as you know, the responsible sourcing guidance, we have set up a commission, and this commission is working on a document which has been shared with the OECD Department of Responsible Sourcing. In other words, we have taken entirely the responsible sourcing OECD rules as the rules to follow. Now, what responsible sourcing means? For us that we deal with mining industry, generally speaking, we go directly to mining. But mining is only one of the responsible sourcing. Responsible sourcing means financial instruments. Responsible sourcing means how to make furniture. Responsible sourcing means textiles. Responsible sourcing means many other different meaning. It depends to what and which we are referring to. But when we talk about responsible sourcing, I think that one of our commitment and responsibility is to be responsible in how we source our goods, wherever they come from, because, as was eloquently said by Ronnie, we all work to better serve our consumers. Let me go back to one of the many seminars we did, now I don't remember where, but there was a panel and there was one chair empty. And in this empty chair was ideally seated the consumer, because the consumer has the right to choose, has the right to choose consciously. And when we talk about lab-grown or synthetic, you know, I would like to remind myself that in 2004, the Blue Book the Diamond Blue Book, was used as the base of reference in a court of justice in Munich, Germany, where a company was sentenced to misleading the consumer with whatever happened afterwards. A number of us in this room may clearly remember. For this reason, we have set up a working group on laboratory grown of synthetic, because we believe that the synthetic producer, I mean, in principle, they have nothing wrong. They produce a product which is legitimate. I think we have to engage these people, and we have to engage because in any case, they sell their product in a market where we are since ever. I don't want to remind myself my family company, which is in the market since 1821, born in Sicily, and the original headquarters is still in Sicily, and remains still in Sicily, continuing with my son, who is the generation number 8 in our family. But overall, when we deal with a very special number of products with the elements that we deal, such as gold, silver, platinum, diamonds, color stones, pearls, corals, and I can continue. We cannot think only, and I talk to you diamanteers, but we cannot think only to what we do in terms of diamond. I give you an example of pearls. You know, pearls is a natural product, even though it's cultured pearls, but still there is an oyster, is a pearl oyster, and the pearl oyster is an organism that is very sensitive to the temperature of the water and is very sensitive to the clean water. I have been in several places from South Pacific, Australia, Philippines, and so on, and I have seen people that is working tirelessly on ships and boats, and there is a good number of people highly specialized. They take every oyster to be clean, and I'm talking about 100,000 of oyster. Every single oyster has to be clean every 3 weeks. They take the oyster from the water, they check the health of the oyster, they open the oyster, they talk to the oyster. I saw myself, it's unbelievable. They talk to the oyster. No, you are not an oyster. Even though your skin is like a good pearl, you know, round. But apart that, but it's much over Australian because it's very big. And, but now apart the jokes, you know, I never saw, apart some incredible cutter, and I'm referring to Gabi Tolkowski, when he came to Sicily, and he told me and my family during a dinner when he was cutting the centenary, and he was talking to the diamond, how would you like to be cut? So some romance and this kind of feelings we have to take care of, because we have heard that we have and we live in a wonderful industry. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very big responsibility to maintain this industry wonderful as it is and to improve the quality of the industry when we are referring to the consumers. Because it's up to us if we in this industry will be successful. And obviously competition is always a wonderful thing. Economically is scientifically shown, is a wonderful thing, because during the very high competition we may exercise, as we said And the speaker, the wonderful speaker yesterday, exercise our brain. And it's better that we maintain the brain connected, and it's better that we maintain all this industry as a family as we are. And I am particularly close to the concept of family, considering the place where I come from. And I would like to see all of us improving this relation for the benefit of our industry and our consumer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Cavalieri, for giving us your insights on the industry and the concerns we face. Our next speaker is a third-generation diamantaire and began working in the family enterprise in 1979. He is a founding member of the World Diamond Council. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the President, World Diamond Council, Mr. Stefan Fischler.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Dear Anup, dear Mehul, dear Sanjay, thank you for hosting us. And more than this, thank you for what you are doing with the Barrick Diamond Board and giving the example today. Looking at the challenges in the industry, you have the guts and the courage to confront them. We owe you. Thank you very much. I like to thank you all also to have found the time and fit to honor a man who is very shy of honors, but who has done so much for the Indian diamond industry, my older brother Vasant. Thank you all. I won't take too much of your time, but I'd like to use these few minutes here on the dais just to share a little bit of what I shared yesterday. This industry has one big treasure. Its common reputation. Any time and every time one of us is damaging this reputation, it's paid in cash. We pay the price. We should not think that ethics have boundaries, thinking that ethics going forward, starting in India, ending in New York. This ethics starts in the diamond pits. These workers in Africa deserve as much recognitions as the diamond polishers here in India or the traders in China. They are part of our industry. If we fail to provide them in the future as much as opportunities as we provide to others in the industry, again, our reputation will continue to be damaged. I just want to say how this industry here in India, again, those of us who have been coming here for the last 20, 30 years have saw this incredible transformation. It's not because it was a natural transformation. It is because a few good people understood that in order to bring India to the next level, it was also and needed to look at its all its people, including its workers, to bring its workers up to a level where they are today. Those of you who will have time, please take your time and let yourself led by a few of our colleagues to see their operations today. Compared to 30 years ago, look what they have achieved. It's simply because a few leaders and a few good people saw what needed to be done. I'd like to finish here to say to you, WFDB and IDMA, you are the most important representatives of the midstream. Do not be shy about it. Recognize it, and please look at your current leverage. Look what your leverage was before. Look honestly at your leverage today. On the two sides of the pipeline, everybody says we are being squeezed, so-called, by the miners and by the retailers. We're not being squeezed by them, but we have to find again the language of our leverage, the language of our importance, and the language of our contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Fischler, for addressing this gathering here today. Ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the pillars of the Indian diamond and jewelry industry. With more than 30 years' experience in the industry, he has served as Regional Chairman, Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council for Rajasthan region, as well as being a member of the group's administration committee. Please put your hands together and welcome Chairman of the Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council, Mr. Pramod Kumar Agrawal.
Good morning. Mr. Arne Blom, President WFDB, Ronne Warden, President of IDMA, Ketana Cavalieri Sibjo, President, Anubhai Mehta, President BDB, Mehul Shahji, Vice President, colleagues from the industry, friends, very good morning to all of you. It is my honor and privilege to be part of this World Diamond Conference. And first of all, I want to congratulate BDB President Sri Anubhai Mehta to put up and hosting this Congress here in Mumbai, in BDB. He is a dynamic personality, and I could always see him, his energy, and setting up even this hall in such a short time. He is always being active and talking. We always talk together how we can do better for industry. And GJPC and BDB always work together for growth of our industry. There is a lot of challenges which has come in the industry, and I'm glad today we get together and discussing all those things, which is recent, the FTC, which is really a major issue which we're facing here by mixing. We are not against for any product, but definitely there should be clear demarcation so people cannot misuse this FTC guidelines. And we've been demanding for HS code should be different for the product. So that can be clearly demarked also, which India has already done in cut and polish in lab-grown diamonds. It is council which we have many different verticals, and synthetic also is a one vertical. And we are not against anything. We are facing big problem in mixing, and a lot of things were happening, which in the world market, consumer is losing their confidence. And same time, we are facing the banking finance, which has been talking in this seminar of all the people, which GJPC is come with the active role to set up the My KYC, which is more transparent. So you can see all the globally, people can join that, and there you can get all the company profile, everything, and one can get the better. GJPC also work with the government for issue of the finance and lot of things, and government reform many things, and we are still working on to more changes in there. They form even the banking committee with our trade members, so how our industry can get easily finance. So things are in the path. Recent now we are going to come into the KP chair. India will get the KP chair, where is a very important, we have to discuss, and lot of artisanal mining there, the artisanal manufacturing is there. I would like that everybody should get a good share, not like all we kill the small people. Many times when we make the policies, we really need to address the SMEs also. MSME is very important, a backbone for the industry. Like OECD guidelines also very important, we need to address there also, how we can retain the people and add on more people in the industry. DPA with whom we are working in the promotion, which is rightly very important to get the value addition in the industry. So we need to do a lot of promotion, and I'm glad the GJPC is contributing the fund with DPA, Diamond Producer Association, and they are going to spend more than $50 million across the world. All I can say that this conference will bring a lot of good things, and I know you will be discussing, and a lot of things has been spoken. As I conclude, I wish World Federation of Diamond Bourses and Bharat Diamond Bourse all very best and successful this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Mr. Pramod Kumar Agrawal. Ladies and gentlemen, he entered the business of the gem and jewelry industry in 1980, and since then has been a proactive contributor towards the health of the industry and the welfare of the Indian industry in particular. He is also chairman of SEEPS, home to many diamond firms. Ladies and gentlemen, to express the gratitude of the team behind the World Diamond Congress to the many who have made this a success, please put your hands together for the Vice President, Bharat Diamond Bourse, and Treasurer General, World Federation of Diamond Bourses, Mr. Mehul Shah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on 30th World Diamond Congress in Bdb complex in Mumbai. I, on behalf of the Bharat Diamond Bourse, extend a very heartily vote of thanks to the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence and took out valuable time of your busy schedule. According to numerology, number 38 signifies teamwork, pulling together, companionship, and this Congress is sure to achieve the same. A big thank you to our President, Mr. Ernie Blom, and Exco WFDB to agree to have this Congress in Mumbai at a very short notice. Ernie has been a wonderful leader of WFDB. I thank Mr. Ronnie Venda Linden, President of IDMA, for his presence and support always. Thanks to Stefan Fissler, WDC Chairman, a very good friend. About Stefan, I say he knows much more India than many Indian knows. Dr. Gaetano Cavieri, President of SIBJO, thank you for your presence. It may be the different platforms, but our destinations are the same. SIBJO's Blue Book is a reference to all of us. I thank Chairman GJEPC Pramodji Agarwal, Vice Chairman Colin, Anil Bhai, Sabyasaji ED, I think we all work together, and thanks for your presence today. And lately, about BDB, my President Anup Mehta, we have some of our committee members sitting here. I should name them: Secretary Kiran Bhai Gandhi, Treasurer Anup Jhaveri, Kirit Bhai Bansali, Surendra Dasani, Jaswant Bhai, Jagdish Somani, Paresh Mehta, Girish Bhai, and of course Jai is there, Chirag is also working with us. I thank in behalf of all of you that last 1 month has been real like a war-like situation. We had an exhibition, and soon thereafter this Congress, and these rooms and the conference room is done in miracle time of 1 month. I must say, give a big thank to our architect team, and in-house we have a team. BDB is just like a small township, and we are ready to meet any challenges any given time. Member relation, Anaga and Manan and Hemso, our in-house architect team, Manali Pai, Walter, and security, Samir Jha and Ajankya, they all have been doing a wonderful job. You must be communicating them with every day, but I have to name everyone. I can't forget any of this. I thanks to the media who has been doing a wonderful job. Albert Robinson is here somewhere. Where is Albert? Yeah, so he has done a good job. We have our local media, Hira Javera, Diamond World, Minds to Market, all have done a good job. Thanks to all of you. And I wish all you have a very good stay in this vibrant city of Mumbai. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Ms. Mehul Shah. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the World Federation of Diamond Bourses, International Diamond Manufacturers Association, and Bharat Diamond Bourse, thank you very much to every one of you who have come out here for this inaugural function. Please do join us for high tea, which is served in the room at the rear of this hall. And when we resume, the deliberations will be for delegates of the World Federation of Diamond Bourses working session. Okay, so please do enjoy the high tea which is served right out there. Happy networking and a great World Diamond Congress to each and every one of you. Thank you.